Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Alexis. I am a disabled powerlifter from Pennsylvania and an exclusive athlete with Buffbunny collection. Today, things look a little bit different compared to normal, but I will be reviewing the Hot Girl Summer collection, which is a very small collection with many returning items just in different colors, a few fit updates, and one new item, which is the Crossfire sports bra, which really is the only item I will be fully going through all of the detailed inspection, review, and try on for, because all of the other pieces we have seen recently. If there are fit updates, I will show them later in this video. This video is going to be pretty short, and as you can tell, my surroundings are different this intro video because I am at work. So I'm in a scramble, I'm not gonna lie. There was a delay in my PR package, so it arrived Wednesday, the night before I left for my 1-year wedding anniversary trip with my husband. So yeah, I wasn't gonna get anything done. So we returned really late last night, and then yesterday slept through the day, just kind of getting back into the mode of things, and then I had to work today. So I'm kind of scrambling. Just being completely honest and real with y'all, it is detrimental when I receive a PR package late because I work a 9 to 5. I volunteer to serve on multiple committees for disability, sports inclusion. I have siblings I visit. I am married. I do powerlifting training, so my schedule is pretty hectic. The weekends are the only time I have to make content, to edit, to, do all of this work. So advice for any prospective content creator: you really do have to sacrifice your weekends, and you do have to sacrifice a lot of your free time if you do want to keep on top of, your algorithms and creating content and all these different things. So if I do receive a PR package during the week, I can't do anything with it because I just don't have the time to. So typically I will make notes here and there based off of like zooming in on images and like how I think it might fit, how I think the coverage will be and whatnot. And then weekends, it's go time. 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. I'm, making content. I'm doing the talking segment. I'm doing the inspection and review portion. And then I'm also doing the try on haul. And then I'm starting to edit. And editing is the worst. It really does take a long time. So weekends is when I front load a lot of content and then I pre-schedule it. So for any prospective content creator, I just had to throw that out there because y'all are probably wondering, why is Lexi so late making a review? But also life gets busy, and I want to be completely honest with y'all. And that's why you see my office and not, me in my normal background. So anyways, and I do want to point out that if y'all have not joined the Buffbunny collection Instagram broadcast channel, which is called the BB Girls group chat, y'all should join soon because I am the community cheerleader, but I also survey and kind of monitor the group chat broadcast channel, and I take all of y'all's feedback, and so does the team, and we really pay attention to what everyone is liking, what colors are doing well, on top of course, the data from the sales. Buffbunny collection is hosting essentially they're choosing 10 winners total, 5 VIP shop members and then 5 community members. You basically have to submit something, and the link is in the Buffbunny collection group chat. I will be watching and really hoping the best for y'all to have that experience and to really be celebrated, because this is a girls community. Everyone is pretty supportive, and I think it's an amazing way for Buffbunny collection to really give back to the community that has supported us and us athletes for so long. So if you have not added yourself to the Buffbunny collection Instagram broadcast channel, BB Girls group chat, please do so now and enter into that Buffbunny collection giveaway, because I think that is just going to be amazing. Full transparency, I have nothing to do with that. I don't read any of the entries. I have nothing to do with picking them. Don't ask me. I found out about it today. I knew the team was working on a trip and a project, but I did not know they were going to include 10 community members. So that's pretty awesome. But yeah, don't ask me. I know nothing else other than that. As always, my measurements are listed in the description box below, and I do have timestamps. That way y'all can skip around to your favorite items and most desired questions, fit changes, general measurements, and whatnot. Without further ado, let's get into it. First up, and really the only item I am going to inspect in depth, is the Crossfire sports bra. This is made of Elysium fabric. The way this is designed, it is actually a light to medium compression and support sports bra with a low to medium coverage in the bust area. It is a short line, and then it has some removable bust pads from the inside, princess contouring lines on the front, and on the back the lat coverage is good, and it tapers down into just this elastic band in the back. This beautiful Crossfire multi crossover design is nice, where the inner strap creates the first X layer, middle strap overlays that, crossing over, and then the outer strap crosses over that one. So then you have a 3-tiered layered kind of crossover back design, and very multi-dimensional. A reflective Buffbunny emblem, and throughout the entire bottom of the sports bra, there is a 1/2 inch thin elastic band that is encased in the Elysium fabric, which is stitched really nicely, very similar to the Elysium sports bra. Now on the inside, we can see that there is a double stitch seam in the center for the bra shelf separator, stitching on top, and then some slits on the side so that way you can remove the bust pads. This inner liner is made of a thinner, stretchier, very cool to the touch, lightweight fabric, and we kind of saw a little bit of this in the Locked In collection. I get that this makes it a lot lighter weight and more breathable. However, it does make this bra a little bit less supportive because it's not doubly lined with Elysium fabric. So again, this is more of a light to medium compression and support sports bra. But that liner goes all throughout the entire sports bra except for the bottom elastic band, crossover straps. I truly think that they are just the Elysium fabric folded and sewn together. And for comparisons, I do have the Elysium sports bra. This launched recently, and the side rise height on both of these is about the same. Elysium sports bra almost has a straight across but pretty much a wide U-shaped neckline, where the Crossfire sports bra has a rounded neckline. And the front rise height for both of these in the bra shelf line is going to be about the same. The elastic at the bottom for both of these bras is designed and feels exactly the same. The back straps are going to be a little bit different. Elysium sports bra a little bit wider. There is a flat, wide elastic band that is encased in the straps. And then for the Crossfire sports bra, I don't think there is an elastic encased inside of these straps. I think it's just the Elysium fabric. And for general measurements, the bottom width is coming in at 13 inches. Across the chest width is coming in at about 14 inches. The front rise height of the bra shelf line, about 5 inches, and then 5.5 inches with that elastic band. Not a perfect measurement of the side rise height, but it is about 4 inches and 4.5 inches with the elastic band. Widest part of the strap is coming in at about 1 inch. Those back straps a little under 1/4 of an inch. Back strap opening is about 4 1/4. Okay, this bra looks okay on me. It's not really giving a whole lot of support, and it doesn't really do anything for the shaping of my bust. It is actually really comfortable on the back. I did not think it was going to work out this well. There is a little bit of tension for those outermost straps, and again, it is going to be very light, minimal support because of that inner liner. So let's go over the details. You can see the stitch seam for the bust pad like separators to keep them into place, and I don't really like that you can see that all the way through. The inner liner does move around very easily, and it's very slinky and stretchy, so when I did put this on, I felt like it rolled under. Another reason why it's pretty light support is because the straps are so stretchy. For the side profile, the lat coverage is actually pretty good, and I think it's because the way it swoops down, wide back opening, it does not dig into like my skin. It's not uncomfortable. The only thing that is maybe a tiny bit misplaced is those really thin straps. Outermost layer closest to my lat does dig in just a little bit because of the angle, but it's nothing noticeable. It's nothing uncomfortable. Elysium fabric is pretty slick feeling. It can snag, but it does not pill from my experience. It is going to wick away sweat pretty well, and it doesn't show sweat in the darker colors. In terms of sizing for the Crossfire sports bra, I would say that it is true to size, or you could size down. The straps are pretty thin and stretchy. Overall, the way it's constructed, it's pretty thin and stretchy, so I think sizing down is kind of your best bet. Overall, I'm going to have to rank this Crossfire sports bra a solid 9 out of 10. The two things I'm not crazy about is number one is that the straps are just way too long and too stretchy. Number two, the inner liner I actually really like. It's soft, it's breathable, it's lightweight, it's kind of cool to the touch and comfortable, but it doesn't lend any additional shaping or support for the sports bra. So I do wish it was doubly lined just like the Elysium sports bra. It just doesn't fit my body type super great and doesn't flatter it the best, so I will be returning it, but I do think if you size down and if you have a little bit more of a bust, this might look a lot better on y'all. Next up, we have the return of the Elysium sports bra, and because this did launch pretty recently, I'm only going to do comparisons to the most recent launch of it and just kind of show y'all if there's any fit updates. So the bottom band and width of the sports bra is going to be the same. The side rise height is going to be the same. Back panel measurements and straps, everything about it is the exact same specifications and fit. In my opinion, the fabric composition feels exactly the same, and so there are not any fit updates. So I will not be trying this on, but I just wanted to show y'all that really quick, especially because the PDF no longer lists fit updates. Next up, we have the iconic, tried and true, fan favorite, top selling legging and short, which is the Legacy 6-inch short. And I'm going to compare these to a recent pair where the front rise height is going to be exactly the same as well as the waistband. And then for the back rise height, from the crotch gusset, that stitch seam that situates between your glutes all the way up to the back of the bottom band, the newer ones are about 1 inch shorter. So do what you will with that information. Other than that, the waistband and the thighs are measuring exactly the same. Next up, we have the Micro Legacy 6-inch short. This is a petite sister design style to the Legacy 6-inch shorts that were in the prior chapter. And again, because these keep reoccurring, I'm just going to compare them to the latest version that we saw. The entire front rise height is exactly the same. The waistband and the pant legs are measuring exactly the same. For the back rise, that glute stitch seam is about 1/2 inch shorter. In my last review, I indicated that I truly thought that NuBre fabric was feeling thinner and stretchier, and I even weighed them out on a food scale. And I do want to point out that it is also pilling more compared to NuBre fabric that we have been seeing in the last year. So a little disappointing. Because I have reviewed the Micro Legacy 6-inch shorts in the last review video that I made, I am just going to try this on and show y'all that that shorter glute rise just ain't working on my big juicy booty. It just looks so ill-fitting. So again, Micro Legacy shorts are going to be more for the petite girlies, ones with short glute rises. For me, you can see where the curvature is above the glutes. It just cuts into the top of my butt cheeks, and it doesn't look great. The fabric's pretty thin and stretchy. On the inside, it doesn't look white, but I'm assuming that it is a light base, and then they added the dye on top of it. Overall, really not happy with how these Micro Legacies are now. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for being here. I know it was a short review, but for honorary mentions, there are 2 thong options. There's the high rise and then the kind of lower rise option. Basically, they have bonded like adhesive, and then the edge is folded onto itself. So it has bonded edges all throughout like the leg opening and then the top like waistband. These were not available for us to receive for PR. So I will be shopping for that on a launch day, and I will be allowing y'all to know what those are like. I'll do probably a little story review. So I usually do Lexi's top picks, least favorite picks, and I'm gonna have to say I'm not a fan of really this launch in general. There is a huge push in the fitness industry for more lower rise, petite fitting clothing. I think because of that, there has been a lot of frustrations from customers, and I definitely want to say this, that I do think, you know, Buffbunny collection tries to be very inclusive. They try to have a little something in there for every body. I am glad to see the 6-inch Legacy shorts in this collection offered, as well as the Micro Legacy. They're not coming in all the same colors as the Micro Legacies, which makes me a little frustrated. Rebel shorts, Rebel leggings, they're all short glute rise, and I don't think that fits me well, right? So, you know, I'll be honest, this collection was really not in my preference. However, I still wanted to get these items reviewed for y'all who are interested in it and whose body type might be a little bit more catered towards those items fitting very well for you. I think it's important for all athletes to give the most genuine, truest review, even if it's not an item made for your body type or that looks the best on your body type. It is good to review for other people and for the other thicker girls to see, like, hey, Lexi said this is not long bottom, big juicy booty friendly. It may not work out well for me either because it doesn't look so great on Lexi. You know what I mean? So there's always an importance to doing this, and I'm glad to do it because that's why I'm here. I think, you know, a big part of me being a part of Buffbunny collection is, you know, my encouragement, like reciprocating all of the love back that I have received from the community, but it's also knowledge, it's also like communication. So I take that very seriously, and I want to say, although it may not have been my favorite launch and the items may not work out the best for me and my body type, it's still important for me to do this for y'all, and I'm happy to do it. So all of that to say, if you found this review helpful, please show me some love in any way that you see fit, whether it is leaving me a like, comment, share, following me over on Instagram, interacting with me over there, or using my athlete code Alexi, L-E-X-I, at checkout on any of your Buffbunny collection purchases to save 10%, and that 10% goes to me as commission. But quite honestly, the commission is great and all, but I just want to stay on with the brand, and we have to reach a quota. So if you could help me, if you're mindful, you know, to support me, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank y'all again for watching, and I will see you next time.